Hello everyone, it's Dr. Nirav Pandya. The Golden State Warriors just released an update on Stephen Curry for his potential availability for a Game 1 this Saturday in the playoffs. Here's a quick breakdown of the update and what to expect over the next couple days. The first important thing to understand, there's nothing concerning in this injury update. Based on his gradual progression over the past couple weeks, this is exactly in line with what you'd expect for an athlete coming back from a foot sprain. Now, it's important to understand once again that a foot sprain is some degree of injury to a ligament. So that can be microscopic injury, that can be partial tearing, or it can be full tearing. Typically, for a mild to moderate foot sprain, for the first 10 to 14 days, athletes are basically allowing that pain and inflammation to go down. If that pain and inflammation goes down, they can resume individual controlled drills on the court, which it sounds like Stephen Curry was doing last week. And then if they do well, then they can basically then progress to full practice and scrimmage, which it sounds that Steve Kerr said Stephen Curry will be able to progress to this week. Now, the important thing to understand is that whenever an athlete's away for a period of time or they're coming back from an injury such as a foot, it's important to scrimmage and do live game simulation before basically throwing them back into a game in which they may be playing 30 to 40 minutes. It's important to, number one, understand if the foot feels well after that scrimmage, and number two, if there's any compensation that an athlete may have in terms of how they're running, jumping, or cutting due to that foot injury. If an athlete does well in terms of their response both to the scrimmage itself and the day after, they can then gradually progress back to game activity based on how the foot feels. The other important thing to understand is that in the report, it did state that Stephen Curry did suffer a bone bruise, which is not something that we'd heard of before based on prior reports. This may explain a little bit more why they were a little bit more cautious in terms of his progression. It's important to understand that a bone bruise is basically inflammation in the bone, which can disrupt some of the microstructural aspects of the bone. It can be much more painful, and if there's a lot of repetitive load on the foot, it can cause basically microstructural breaking or sometimes even fractures if it's not taken care of appropriately. It sounds like being cautious makes sure that that bone basically heals. It's not a source of further pain and can linger as the playoff goes on. The key component note, this seems right in line with his gradual progression. Hopefully Steph Curry will have a great practice on Thursday in terms of a scrimmage and be able to play in Game 1. But if there is a game or two that he needs to miss, that would be totally in line with the normal progression and just making sure that this injury does not linger as the playoffs move forward. Once again, this seems like good news, and hopefully we'll see Stephen Curry on the court to play against the Nuggets. Thank you.